Hello, I'm Mary Kay Gowdy. I write poetry and speculative fiction. This is the third part in my video series on how to write a poem. In the first two videos, I covered the basics of writing poetry and then also some common mistakes done by beginner poets. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about rhyming poetry. I'll be going over the different types of rhyming, some types of rhyme schemes, and then also I'll give you some tips and tricks to help you write rhyming poetry. One of the first things that come to mind when thinking about poetry is rhyme. A lot of people think that all poetry has to rhyme. While this belief is inaccurate, rhyming is an important skill to master as a poet, and there's so much more to it than just sad rhymes with bad. For starters, there are several different types of rhymes. There's exact, also called perfect rhyme, slant, also called near rhyme, then there's internal rhyme, cross rhyme, I rhyme, rich rhyme, and identical rhyme. Before I explain what these rhymes are, I want to share a concept I learned as a linguistic major that really helped me to understand rhyming. Rhyming only has to do with the last syllable of a word. And every syllable is made up of three parts called the onset, the nucleus, and the coda. The nucleus is the vowel sound, and the onset are any consonants before the nucleus, and the coda are any consonants after the nucleus. The rhyme is both the nucleus and the coda grouped together, and it is the sharing of this vowel and these final consonants that make two words rhyme. For exact or perfect rhymes, they will share both the nucleus sound and the coda sounds exactly. Whereas with slant and near rhyme, they will share just one of those. They will either have the same vowel sound, which means they will share the nucleus, or they will have the same consonant sounds, which means they share the coda. So they only share half of the rhyme, thus the name. Some examples of exact rhymes are love and dove, see and me, and time and dime. So in some cases, a word will not have a coda, and they'll just end on a vowel. And so if both words lack a coda and then they have the same nucleus, they are still considered exact rhymes. Some examples of half rhymes are milk and walk. They share the L and the K, but they have different vowels. And then sat and sad are also examples of half rhymes. They share the same vowel, but they end in different consonants. Exact and slant rhymes are the most important rhymes. While exact rhymes might get all the fame, slant rhymes are just as important. In recent decades, poets have really been moving away from exact rhymes, or even rhyming in general, because they believe that it can make a poem seem too sing-songy, or they avoid it because it's actually difficult to find two words that are exact rhymes that have not been used over and over again by previous poets and have thus become cliche. And also, exact rhymes are very limiting because a word only has so many other words that are perfect rhymes with it. And that's where slant rhymes come in. They open the door to so many other word choices, which also allows for more creativity, and they will help prevent your poem from sounding too sing-songy or childish. Since Dr. Seuss used so many exact rhymes, those types of rhymes are associated with a less mature tone, so blame him for that. I like to use a mixture of slant and exact rhymes. Oftentimes, I will be leaning towards one over the other for a particular poem, though sometimes I will use about an equal amount of both. When writing a poem with mostly exact or slant rhymes, you can then use the other type of rhyme to make that particular line stand out. If you're writing a poem that is mostly exact rhymes, then a slant rhyme will stand out because of how dissonant it is. Then if you're writing a poem with mostly slant rhymes, then an exact rhyme will stand out with how pleasing it sounds in relation to the slant rhymes. Variety is the spice of life, and in poetry. Though these are the main two types of rhyme, there are others. There's internal rhyme, which is when a word rhymes with another word in the middle of that line. Cross rhymes are when a word rhymes with another word in the middle of a line before or after it, or with a line in the stanza before or after it. I rhymes are with words that are spelled the same but are pronounced differently, like though and rough. And then rich rhymes are words that are spelled differently but sound the same, like raise and raise. And then finally, identical rhymes are when a poem rhymes a word with itself. Let's move on to talking about the different types of rhyme schemes. A rhyme scheme is a pattern of rhyming words. A poem will have many different rhymes, and each rhyme will be marked with a letter. In this excerpt from the Divine Comedy, light and sight in the second stanza rhyme with each other, and are thus marked both with the letter B. The other words that don't rhyme with them are marked with other letters, like A or C. Poetic forms will often come with their own rhyme schemes. This example is a terza rima, which has an interlocking rhyme scheme. The second line of the first stanza will rhyme with the first and third lines of the following stanza, and so on. A common structure for stanzas is quatrains, which are stanzas made out of 4 lines. Some common rhyme schemes for quatrains are A, B, B, A, B, or A, B, B, A. Here are 2 examples of both the rhyme schemes. Invictus by William Henley has the A, B, A, B rhyme scheme, and then Sonnet 7 by John Milton has the A, B, B, A rhyme scheme. It is also called the enclosed rhyme scheme because the A rhymes enclose the B rhymes. There are many more types of rhyme schemes than these that I recommend you try out. And also feel free to make up your own rhyme schemes. Now that you know about the types of rhymes and rhyme schemes, you might be wondering, how do I use this in my own poetry? Well, rhyming is easier said than done, but you're lucky that you were born in the internet age because there are many sites online that can help you find rhyming words. 2 sites I find really helpful are B-Rhymes and RhymeZone. RhymeZone will give you more exact rhymes than B-Rhymes, so if you type in desire, it'll separate them based on how many syllables they have. So we have briar, fire, dire. They even give you 2 words that together rhyme with desire. And then at the end, they'll have words that almost rhyme. They also, you can go to near rhymes on this tab and see another list of near rhymes. I really like B rhymes because they automatically give you exact and near rhymes. Desired, require, fired, pyre, and they give you up to 99. Be careful with B rhymes though because they will give you words that don't actually rhyme at all but that they think will sound good together. So you just want to be careful and make sure that if you're trying to fit a rhyme scheme, the words do actually rhyme in some way. So that's all you need to know to get started rhyming. If you want some feedback on a poem you wrote, you can comment below and I'd be happy to help. Thank you again for watching.